Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. What a beautiful Monday it is. I am still absolutely buzzing after that North London derby win in style yesterday. I was at the game. What a performance by Arsenal. I thought it was like two halves that were so contrasting. The first half, total control, total dominance, brilliant Arsenal. And we should have been more than 2-0 up. And then the second half, a great defensive performance. You know what I mean? Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, brilliant. Zinchenko. And then in goal, Aaron Ramsdale, fantastic. And what a performance. We've done the double over Tottenham now this season. First time we've won at Tottenham since, 2008? It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And this Arsenal team, I'm telling you, are something special this season. By the way, I just got to mention that fan who kicked Aaron Ramsdale right at the end of the game. I know people are saying he's a Tottenham fan. As far as I'm concerned, he's not a fan. We may have had disagreements with Tottenham, but that guy is absolute scum. And the quicker they find him and just ban him from football completely, the better. But listen, fantastic performance by Arsenal. Meanwhile, over at Stamford Bridge, they were unveiling Mudryk, trying to rub it in. He didn't look happy, did he? He didn't look happy when they were unveiling him. Obviously not the place he really wanted to go, but that's where he's gone. Let him go there. Arsenal have to move on to other targets. Who are they going to be? Mikel Arteta said after the game yet again, Arsenal need reinforcements, but I noted that he was also saying that they've got to be disciplined in the market. We get all that. But we as fans, we are seeing an excellent Arsenal team at the moment, but the starting 11 is excellent. If there's a few injuries to a couple of key players, we're in problems. Even yesterday's game, I felt that, like, watching Eddie Nketiah in that second half, he'd done so much running off the ball. He was absolutely shattered. If we had another sort of forward player, sort of centre forward, I'm sure they would have come on because he looked knackered. But there was no one really else to bring on in the heat of the battle. So we've got to address that. Now, I spoke yesterday about Raphinha. He's been one of the players that have been heavily linked. I was looking at Raphinha yesterday. They played Barcelona. They won their Super Cup over in Saudi Arabia, is where they played that, against Real Madrid. And he put out on his Instagram after the game that, how happy he was and how this is going to be the first of many. And, basically saying that, he's loving it here at Barcelona. He did, however, come on as a substitute. He didn't start the game. And that's one of the things with Raphinha at the moment. He's not a starter at Barcelona. And Barcelona need the money. They can't make no signings at the moment. They're hamstrung by the amount of, terrible finances that they got. They were super reliant on trying to get, as far in the Champions League as possible this year. They got knocked out in the group stages. Their finances are taking a mega hit. And they do need to sell someone if they're going to buy players. Now, I also saw that Barcelona was saying if we do sell him, we want £88 million. It's the other problem. Mudryk has gone for 88 million. Everybody else is saying that's what they want as well. But listen, Raphinha does not want to leave Barcelona. But could it be a situation where Barcelona say, listen, mate, we know you don't want to leave, but you're going to have to. A bit like what they did with Aubameyang last year. Let's see how that happens. And do you want Raphinha if he doesn't really want to come and he wants to stay at Barca? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Another guy at Barcelona who I spoke about before here on the show is Ferran Torres. He's another one that it's been said Barcelona would be willing to sell to try and raise some money. As I said, can't really make no signings at the moment because of their financial situation. Now, again, he said before, Ferran Torres, that he does not want to leave Barcelona. Last week, he said it through his agent. I'm happy here. I don't want to leave. I want to stay. But again, as I said, it could boil down to a situation where it's not really going to be down to the player. It's going to be down to whether or not Barcelona decide to keep or sell the player. Then, of course, there's Trossard. Spoken about this a few times. Leandro Trossard, definitely a player that wants out. His agent saying that he wants to leave. It's common knowledge now to everybody after the manager made it public, De Zerbi, that, he wants out of the... Sorry, he didn't play him because he didn't turn... he walked out of a training session, and his agent has come out and said he wants to leave. What is going to happen with this one? Are Brighton going to dig their heels in because they can activate a one-year extension and keep him? Or will he leave the club? This is, again, something that we're going to have to wait and see how it pans out. But he is an option for Arsenal this January transfer window. I saw that David Ornstein was saying that, one to keep an eye on, possibly Arsenal could go in for him. Or will Arsenal be put off by his behaviour? We know what Mikel Arteta's like with discipline and having everybody in the same direction, but he is that left-wing option that is available. Or should they look for another player at Brighton? This player has been doing brilliantly this season, and that is Mitoma. Brilliant against us when Arsenal played them the other day. Brilliant as well against Liverpool. A really fantastic player and a real find. Brighton doing it again. I don't know how Brighton managed to do this, find these players, and he's 25 now, find these players from nowhere. I think they paid about £2 million for Mitoma, and he's having a great season. And he really does look some player. And, valuation, I see the valuation for 8 million. Obviously, they look for a lot more than that. He's contracted until 2025. Would Brighton sell him this January transfer window? I'm sure if a big offer came in, they'd be interested in selling him, possibly. Or maybe they're looking at it and saying to themselves, we're in a great position ourselves, We could have a shout at Europe ourselves. So let's see how that one works out. Certainly, I do like the player, Japanese international. Obviously, no Tomiyasu, his teammate in the Japan team. Interesting. Let's see how that one works out. This next guy that we've been linked to is one of the best players I feel in European football at the moment. For I butcher his name, Kvaratskhelia, who plays for Napoli. Really top player. Left-sided winger. Still only 21. Again, another player that was an absolute find by Napoli. Bought for just £8 million. Now said to be worth about £100 million. 90 Min's publication claiming that Arsenal are monitoring the situation. Now, they may be monitoring him. They may have looked at him and thought to themselves, extraordinary talent. We saw him at the weekend. Napoli, they beat Juventus 5-1, and he was integral. His partnership with Victor Osimhen is unbelievable. I think there's no way Napoli are going to send him this January transfer window. And if it does get to the summer and it does come down to selling him, we're talking, if Mudryk went for 88 million, this guy I think would go for even more than 100 million, and there'd be a lot of clubs looking at him. Probably Chelsea probably come in and pay about 500 million for him. You know what Todd Bowley's like. But reporting the rumour that's out there, 90 Min saying that it's a player that we are looking at the moment and monitoring his situation. Let's see. Yeremy Pino, remember in the summer, when I was doing Transfer Daily in the summer, I spoke about this guy a lot of times. He's turned 20 now, plays on the right wing predominantly, he can also play on the left wing. Very exciting young player. He's in the World Cup squad for Spain, plays for Villarreal. Arsenal were very heavily interested in him in the summer, but in the end they didn't make a move for him. Again, it's been suggested that Arsenal are taking a look at him for the January transfer window. Of course, no Unai Emery no more at Villarreal. Could he be tempted to move? Could Arsenal tempt him to move? 12 appearances this season, but only 2 goals in that time. Still a very young player. Is that what Arsenal need right now? I mean, I guess Mudryk was going to be a very young player as well. But, a situation that we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Yeremy Pino being linked with Arsenal. Certainly, Arsenal need to strengthen. we're in a great position. We've got a great opportunity this season. I really do hope that Arsenal take full advantage of this transfer window and don't do what we did last January and leave ourselves short. Those are the rumours for today. All Arsenal fans, listen, wherever you are in this country, around the world, make sure you hit up a Tottenham fan and tell him that North London is red. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to subscribe here to AFTV, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.